Okay. Theme song, theme song, theme song, theme song, theme song, theme song, theme song.
You sound like you're all pumped up. Ready.
Do it. What is it?
Welcome to when Joy's pissed off at me again, as usual.
We have a guest, so we're trying to be behaving.
She's going to throw a lemon at me.
I'm going to throw a lemon up your butthole.
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know, but you're going to introduce our guest?
Would that make me pucker tighter?
I don't know.
All right, so we brought our friend back. We have Joe King back of borrowing. We're borrowing time from Joe again. So welcome to the show, Joe.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for having me here.
You know what? If you guys stuck that in the middle, we could. If I levelate it, it's going to be fine.
Right there, like that?
Yep, because I'm seeing your guys' audio.
Oh, that's okay. Then I can just sit like this.
Yep. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
We couldn't get the microphone to work. John's super pissy. He's so mad right now. I love it.
Because that crappy ass little lapel microphone don't work for shit.
It worked fine. You just can't figure out what button to press.
Really? We only have like 5 buttons, and I've pressed every single one of them. If it doesn't work, there's something wrong with that
Welcome
one.
to my world.
Like I said, there's something wrong with you then.
Okay. There's. Did you write any notes?
No, I had to carry the show last week. I gave everything I had.
He's all tapped out.
Joe, do you have any notes?
Well, I have some fun things to talk about.
Okay. See?
They're not necessarily notes, but I thought these couple things might be kind of fun to talk about.
Let's do it.
Does any of you remember the Sesame Street episode in 1976?
I wasn't born.
I was, but I was too young to remember this. But anyways,
Okay.
apparently there was a Sesame Street episode in 76 that scared children so much that their parents were calling the authorities to get it off the air, and it was never shown again. And it was one where all of their eyes were like blacked out, and they're all like super creepy. Here's the picture.
Oh, what the fuck?
Why? Were they blind?
I don't know what the point of that was. I don't know if it was.
They all look like they were on meth.
Yeah,
Like they were all meth heads.
Look like John's ex.
They've been, that's Animal, dude, and they were twacked out of their gorge probably.
Yeah, look at them.
Wait, that's not Animal. Animal was a fucking
Yeah, that's Elmo.
Really?
Yeah.
That's Elmo.
Elmo wasn't around in 1976, so that's some bullshit story
This
then.
was Elmo's dad.
Elmo Senior.
It's Elmo.
His real name is Elmo Estevez.
Yeah. Elmo Senior.
I tried to get something out of there. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, we know. So, do you have anything, like when you were little, is there anything that used to scare you? I mean, besides commitment and microphones not working?
Well, that doesn't scare me.
Like, is
it
it
just
okay?
Drives me nuts. That
Is there any
stupid thing wouldn't work.
cartoon that used to like scare you or move? I know Orca. We all talked about Orca.
Orca the Killer Whale is the only movie that terrified me as a kid that I could remember. Now,
What's scary about that?
it was a killer whale.
It's a killer whale.
It was killing things and people and stuff.
Okay, well, I'm really glad that you brought that up because one of the things that I had to talk about is about killer whales, and you're not gonna. I swear to God, I did not plan this.
Holy
I'm not
shit.
scared of killer whales.
Hold
I just
on.
don't want to be deal with them.
I forgot. Okay, I remember how I said something about to my patient, and we both laughed really hard, and I couldn't remember what it was.
You just remembered.
Okay, yes, because the killer whale triggered it. Okay, so I was trying. My patients went to the beach, and they were like, "Yeah, the beach it's fun." And I was like, "I don't like the ocean. I have a weird fear of the ocean. The ocean scares me."
Justified. There's a lot of shit in there that just wants you dead.
The Titanic and Jaws live in the same place. Fuck that thing. So, anyways, I was like, "Yeah," and he goes, and then somehow we got into semen. And how
Like semen the sailors or
no,
semen
like
cum?
like sperm.
Like sperm whales?
Yeah, like sperm.
They're
Well,
like, oh my God, look how big that sperm is.
So then, because we were talking about semen, and
Jesus, could you imagine? It's all boo, boo. Like,
well, that's what I was telling him. I was like, whales probably like come in gallons.
So does their dog water like fucking
Stop saying dog water.
like a
Stop saying
55-gallon
dog
drum?
water.
Like a 55-gallon drum.
Anyway, so I go. Because I was like, fish pee in the ocean, and I was like, whales come in the ocean, and then I started giggling, and I go, that's why it's salty. And it made me laugh so hard.
I know a guy named Aaron. Great guy. Miss that dude. He's actually one of the few that I miss from my old job. He would refuse to drink water straight. Like, hated water. His reason? Fish fucking that water. I don't want any part of it.
So it's like the wet spot?
Yeah. So he'll drink coffee.
Kafifi.
I'll drink all that. Water? Nope.
Who
Because
let
fish
the
fucking
dog
that.
in here?
Who let the dog in here?
Okay. Okay, Joe, what do you have?
Oh, wait. Hang on. I do want to point something out. Remember last week,
No.
and we discussed the Facebook thing,
Yes.
and then that lady and I kind of got into it, and then it was like, oh, we're cool, all that. So before the podcast, but after, two random people just like threw the angry faces on two of my posts on that.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, really? What makes you so angry about that? I didn't shit on anybody. And I explained when
There was no hot Carls in this.
My point.
Facebook
And
post.
I'm like, man. And they're like,
Man.
because I was like, listen to
You're
my
all man.
podcast. I was like, listen to my podcast. We'll be talking about it or something. And they're like, angry face. And I'm like, the fuck? But
Uh-oh.
I will say,
Tell me.
our regular listens are up over 100 plus of our normal because, I don't know. I'm assuming maybe those people that were angry listened once, at least one or two of them.
Okay.
So thanks for listening, angry people. Now go fuck
Thanks
yourself.
for allowing
Now go
my
fuck
husband
yourself.
to do exactly what he does to me every day.
An angry viewer is still a viewer.
Leave you unsatisfied?
Okay.
That's what you said. I leave you on
Okay.
every day.
Joe, did you find about your killer whale?
No, I can't shoot. I'm having troubles finding it.
Okay.
So I ran out of an aisle the other day again.
Did you fart?
No. Remember when I
Don't
had
look at me
remember when I had the whole oh shit, I ran the stop sign. It's like, yeah, you did.
Uh-huh.
Like, right? So I ran one again the other day. I was at the Walmart and I blew through it. I was like, whoa, and I almost hit this lady. I'm like, whoa, sorry, coming in hot. She goes, oh, I do that all the time. I started laughing. I'm like, I wonder how many cart accidents there are a day.
Is that what you wonder?
I did.
I did. I did it.
I mean, could there
it.
be an injury?
I don't. Okay. Of cart? Oh, you said cart accidents. I wasn't listening to you. Don't look at me like that.
You're annoying tonight.
You're ugly. So anyway, so we had a poker game this week and everybody was vaccinated. Nobody yelled at us, blah, blah, blah. We washed our hands after we peed. We only kissed each other on the mouth. It was fine.
And when it got good, we yelled switch.
And also, like, I bought in for 20 and I got out for 60 and John bought in like 3 times. So,
So you got all his money, it sounds like.
yeah, but it was my money because it was my tip money that he started with.
We broke even.
We broke even.
Yeah.
But we were talking and the guy wasn't even there. But we were talking about old stories, and there's a story where John and this dude who hit on me when I massaged him, even though he knew I was married to John. But they were dancing, and this chick...
You're talking about Joey, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Oh, you're going to take this story from me?
But you're not telling it right.
I haven't started telling it.
You already started telling it wrong.
Okay. Tell John.
It was on a road trip. Mm-hmm. All started at a road trip.
He was on a road trip.
We waited in line. We were going to go in this club and hang out and drink beers and stuff.
We were waiting in line, Lawrence. Our balls were sweaty and stuck to our legs.
Yes, because it was Virginia and it was summer, so that means it was humid. And they were definitely making bat wings if you did the splits.
All the women's
So listen.
vaginas were stuck together like grilled cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, on sourdough. So, okay,
That
listen.
actually sounds really good.
Pussy on sourdough sounds good?
No, not vagina.
Oh, my God.
No.
All right, so listen.
Grilled cheese. Okay, talk. Tell us the story, Jonathan.
What was the story?
You guys are dancing.
I wasn't dancing shit.
He was. Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
John
wiggle.
doesn't wiggle. John
I don't
does not
fucking wiggle.
dance.
That
He
shit's
hates
dumb.
dancing.
That shit's dumb.
Anyway.
So listen. So check it out. All it was really is we were all there, and Joey was running around trying to get a piece of ass. He's in the Navy, so he's like, a sailor, so he wanted to fuck anything with a pulse. And he comes across this girl, and he's like, hey, and it's loud in the club, and he's like, hey, do you want to dance? And she's all, what? And he's all, do you want to dance? And she's all, ew, no. He goes, no. I said you look fat in those pants, and then walked away. That chick just stood there, was pissed.
That's like the one where they go, "Hey, can I get your number?" And she's like, "Oh, my number." It's like, "No, my phone number? No, your PIN number."
That's exactly what it was too. Okay. So some guy was messing. This was a long time ago, but some guy would not leave this chick alone. I want your phone number. I want your phone number. And she's like, fine, give me your phone, and I'll put my phone number in your phone. Yeah. Well, chick got on his Venmo and Venmo'd herself $1,000.
Oh man! and so is that? I mean,
what do you do?
That's like when someone steals a car and they go, "Well, you left the keys in the ignition. Technically, it's not like stealing, right?" Is that,
right?
Is that
I don't.
Oh my God, I got a story. Check this out. One time when I was like 17-ish, 18-ish, I had this Camaro, right? My little Camaro.
What was her name?
I didn't have a name for my Camaro.
What the fuck?
I know. It was kind of before I had car personality. Yeah, my little blue one. So you could turn it on without keys. The tumbler was broken, so you didn't have to have keys in it.
Okay.
So I went into my friend Dion's one day. Mm-hmm. He lived on Chestnut or Walnut over by us, my old house. And I went in and I, visited and did what I did. And then I came out. And as I came out, my car, I'm looking at my car, and there's two girls sitting in my car. Horse. And it has started.
Oh, shit.
And I walk up and I go, what the fuck? And I'm sorry. I wasn't. And I go, get the fuck. I freaked out, like, get the fuck out. But I mean, I look back on it now and like, I should have grabbed her by her little fucking hair and yanked her shit out of there.
No, you shouldn't have, because that's not nice.
Stealing someone's car is?
They're probably just going to go for a joyride.
Oh, just on a side note, violence for private property is a jailable offense.
Thank you,
It was
Joe.
on the street.
Yeah, so you would just be in jail that much faster. That's where the cops pull up at.
I was white? No, I'm just kidding. That was racist. I'm not racist.
Jonathan.
I'm kidding. I'm not.
Oh,
just
my
kidding.
God. Okay, now, we did...
White trash. Get it right.
Okay, so we had our poker game on Friday, and it should have been Saturday, but whatever. And...
It has always been on Friday.
But we can change. Change is the spice of life, right?
Saturdays are no good.
So
you guys are missing this at home where he's having to pull the mic in front of him each time.
He doesn't have to. I told him I'm picking up. Like, I'm staring at the audio picking up, and you guys are perfectly fine, but yet he's all, I still need to move the mic.
Well, it makes us feel better that we know that we're getting our voice across. Because especially, he's not as loud.
Okay, so I have no friends, and I'm perfectly fine not having friends. It's cool. I'm good with it. I'm not good with friends anyway, but I've been massaging this chick. I've actually been massaging her whole family. Super cool ass people.
Is this at work?
Yeah. So, no, I was in the garage. So super cool chick. Her husband's awesome. Her niece is awesome. Just good people. And she was like, she's like, do you ever go out? And I go, yeah, like I go to the Comedy Store when it's open. And she's like, no, but do you ever like go out with just friends? And I'm all, I don't know what the fuck that means. And it's all, no, that sounds awful. Well, anyway, she gets up the nerve to ask me to go out with her on Friday night to have drinks, like a girls' night. And I was all, oh, what? But then we had a poker night, so I had to tell her no, so I'm probably never going to have friends. That's my story.
You blew your one chance.
I did. I blew it like a whale in the ocean.
You could have,
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have lost way more money.
It would have been yours.
I bluffed you, by the way. I did, and it made me so happy.
Does he have a poker tell, and does she have a poker tell?
Fuck.
If Joy's in the hand, she's got a hand. That easy.
That's not true. I bluffed you. When John gets super grumpy, it's when he's on tilt and he cannot come back from it. Like, he gets super, fuck this is a stupid ass game. And
Darka.
What?
I was never bitchy about it the other day.
You got pissy.
I didn't get bitchy about it.
And then when we had our break, I had a pretty stack of money in front of me. So I slid like $30 over to John, and my father-in-law was all, he's going to get pissy. He's going to throw it right back at you. And I was like, but I just wanted him to play. But
And then I took it and handed it back to her.
oh, and then
took it eventually.
Bullshit. You took it. But then
Under duress.
the very first hand fucker goes all in. And I was like, all right, now you're just being stupid. Like, no. But the cool thing is, every time I won, my father-in-law was like, that's my girl. And I was all, fuck
sweet.
yeah. Awesome. And then we had a friend who got a little out of hand. We love you. But
Not out of hand.
Or not,
just,
well, out of hand, pun
just-
intended. Ha ha ha,
just
poker.
it gets a little drunk and annoying.
Don't say that. He listens.
Well, not annoying. Just he got a little too tipsy,
He did get tipsy.
and he was firing off a little too hard.
Oh, yeah. He called my father-in-law a bitch. And I was like, you can't do that to Papa.
I mean, he was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. But and I don't mean it in no love. I just mean, come on, man.
It was
That was
funny.
all.
He's
That
probably going to be on the podcast. So
Oh, eventually, yeah. We'll have Sammy on. He's a good dude. He's a good guy. I love him like a little brother. Or a big brother or something. Or
Okay.
kid.
do we have any killer whale?
Yeah, I found that.
Okay.
That thing I was going to talk about. Okay, so there are no recorded fatal attacks of wild orcas on humans.
So only the captive ones.
Right.
Only Orca in 1977.
Or is it that the orcas kill and they can't tell?
They're so good at murder.
Uh-huh.
They're like ninjas of the
Yeah,
sea.
exactly. You have the chicken of the sea
Yeah.
and the ninjas, and they're black and white.
They're like fish in black.
yes.
They're the FIB.
I was thinking more like they were the referees.
They blow their whistle. No.
It says in 2005, a 12-year-old boy in Alaska was bumped in the shoulder by a killer whale while splashing in shallow water. The boy was likely mistaken for a seal, and the bump was just an aborted attack. As soon as it realized a mistake at the last minute, that aborted.
That gave me.
But what
goo-
about the
scary.
SeaWorld ones I went after?
But they're in
They're like,
captivity.
I mean, you tell anything to do tricks over and over and over and over and go and just going to snap on you, right? I mean, especially if they're intelligent.
This bitch right here.
I've been telling Joy to turn tricks for a long time. She just wanted
That's how we're paying for the house.
Yeah, without SeaWorld money, now we're talking about, all of a sudden everybody's doing tricks.
Hey, it's pretty close.
And the sequel, like they had blackfish, and then they have
Blue?
fucked up wife. Blue?
Blue? You're in blue. Bluefish.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
3 fish more. Hey, do you guys know the that puffer fish? Here's another, since we're talking about
They're poisonous.
the sea. Yeah, they're poisonous, right? But trip on this. They release a toxin when they puff out that's meant to like impair the attacker, the poison that comes out.
I know what you're gonna say.
Right,
Yep.
you saw this
Uh-huh.
one? So apparently, they do that so they can escape and live. Ironically, it doesn't work on dolphins the same way. It actually gets them high. So they purposely inflate them and then pass them around to their friends, like humans with a joint.
They're like, dude, I got some really good puffer this week.
Yeah, they're like, puff, puff, pass, bitch.
Is that
I got
why
some
they call it
I got
puff?
some OG Kush puff.
Yeah, Daddy puffin.
I don't know what it
Daddy puffin.
is. HR puff and stuff. No? Okay.
It was a good one.
I tried. I don't smoke pot. I never have. Don't know what it.
So your other fear was sinking, right? Or being on a boat that sinks.
Apparently, when I was little, we were at the ocean, and my mom was like, "Go in, sissy, go in," and I was like, "No, the Titanic is in the ocean."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Okay," because I was like little, and then I go, and I died on the Titanic. And my mom's like, "Okay, fuck this kid," and just like turned around and walked away, which I totally understand. But yeah, apparently I told people I died in the Titanic,
So maybe you're a reincarnated Titanic.
which would make sense. I'm
Person.
terrified. Nothing has ever happened to me in the ocean, but I am I don't even like water. I don't like I don't like lakes. I don't
She
understand
thinks
people.
she's going to drown in the shower sometimes.
That's when you're.
That would be hard to do unless you're wearing one of those dog collar dishes on your head that you.
She like was that like the little John in Men in Tights, and he thinks he's drowning in the creek.
You're so stupid. I do not think I'm going to drown in the shower. By the way, our shower is badass, but especially if John would actually do what I asked him to do to it. What else?
Oh, here's another something. Speaking about ships, there was a cat named Unsinkable Sam. He was known to the Germans as Oscar. He served on 3 different warships, 1 German, 2 British, and they all sank in action, and the cat survived each sinking, floating away on planks to its rescue.
It's the fucking cat.
And they got a picture of this cat. It's this little cat that is in battle.
And the little killer whales are all, go cat, go!
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty well.
Look at that killer whale. He's little. He's all black and white. Little.
He's fluffy.
Yeah, you don't like water. Cats
Stop
don't like
throwing
water.
it at his face. You've passed it at his face like 3 times.
It'll clear.
Okay.
But if I go this way,
It'll clear.
we should put a little hand on this side.
Clear. Slap him. One of those.
Only you want that.
I do.
Have you experienced any other things like where you think you were maybe born reincarnated? You remember being somebody else?
No, just the Titanic one. But I don't know if I ever told this story. When Tyler had to do his mission project, so 4th grade, so he's the same age as Brody, so 9, because Tyler turns 10 in October. We went to the mission. And I went with my Catholic school teacher friend. This is why I do not have friends, P.S. So we get there. Now, mind you, we've never done anything religious. And in the beginning of everything, we were just so busy trying to get custody of Tyler that's all of our life revolved around. So we walk into the museum, and Tyler looks up at the fucking Jesus on the cross, and he goes, "Why is that guy hanging on a cross?" Catholic school teacher with me, and she's looking at me, and I'm like, oh fuck, we're never gonna go out again. Cool. And then fuck,
She never did call you again, by the way.
No. And so if Tyler was 9, Caleb is 4. Okay, so we have Caleb with us. We go in this room, and it has a gate with stairs down in the basement. Apparently that's where they used to make the wine. Caleb at 4 goes, "Mommy, I don't like it in here." And I was like, okay, dude. And he's like, "Why did they lock those people downstairs? They're crying and screaming. We should let them out."
Oh, my God.
And Catholic school teachers looking at me like fucking heathens. I don't want to be with you. And I was like, okay. And then Caleb was just like, he got super upset. And he's like, "I need to get out of here. Those people are crying. We can't help them. We need to leave."
That's crazy.
So we walked out, and he was like shaking, and he was pale. And I was like, oh, fuck. So
did you find out later that building had some shit?
They
like
just said
And then
that.
he came home and he was like, "I see dead people."
But no, because they said what they did is they made wine there.
Well, now, but is that an old building?
That's what they.
400 years
yeah,
old.
it's the mission. It's the San Fernando mission.
Yeah, so they probably did use that as a jail at
But
one time. For
what
something.
they said is, "Oh no, we only made wine down here."
Well, that's exactly what someone with a jail in their basement would say.
No, it's just for wine.
Yeah, no, nothing to see here.
I've got it chilled at a certain temperature for a reason.
Yeah, drinks? Anyone? Drinks?
Don't mind the screaming. It's the grapes releasing their fermentation.
Yeah, they scream like the California raisins.
But yeah, no, I don't think I've had any. But Caleb, he's had some weird things. And Caleb, yeah, that kid has probably.
There is some people that have said, some things when they were very young, like they couldn't, even have been exposed to it on TV, that were fact checked later and found out to be exactly accurate of somebody's past history in life or whatever. So I don't know. Obviously, there's no way of knowing if reincarnation is real, and if it is,
until we're dead.
yeah, and we don't
That's
even
true.
know if it's for everybody, even for that.
And if
matter.
you come back, you're not going to remember this. So yeah, that's
well,
true.
I know you also got to be careful when you choose what your wishes are too. Like, I know in India they believe that their relatives come back as cows, and that's why they're sacred to them. And they don't want people killing the cows or whatever. But I was thinking, like, if you're
See black and white again.
but if you're
dare.
But if you're
there, that's fucking Uncle Joe over there.
Don't you touch Uncle Joe's balls.
But what I was going to say is, like, when you wish for things, you need to be really specific, because if you're like, I want to come back as a cow, but you don't say in India,
That's true.
you may have problems. on
That's
your hands.
true.
You don't want to come back as a McDonald's cow in Kentucky, or
I don't know. I'd be okay with McDonald's cow.
It might be kind of cool. Like, would you rather go to a heaven or hell, or just kind of roll around on Earth in purgatory and cruise and be able to fuck with people all the time and shit?
I don't know.
That might be fun. Like being a haunter, rolling around and just being like, "Dude, I totally just moved that. Watch them."
But don't you think, because they don't move very well, do you think, ghosts are partially tarded. So like when you flip a switch and everybody's like, "Oh my god," and it's all because
It's a ghost tard.
like it loses y'all.
See, I'm thinking it's more like, watch this. Watch how stupid these people are. Click.
But
They freaked out. Look at those stupid
but it would
they are.
happen. It would happen more.
I opened the cabinet.
Okay, but I have a joke that I used to do kind of about that because I was like, you have to be careful what you wish for because I was like, dude, I need to get skinny. And I had a cancer scare and I was like, oh shit, I don't want to be cancer skinny.
Yeah, you gotta be specific.
I'm like, I'm gonna have chemo cheekbones. I was all fuck.
Yeah, I want to be healthy, skinny.
Yes.
Keep my hair and all that good shit.
I lost that. So it's been a year, by the way. I had my memory on Facebook came and it's all, you shaved your head. So it's been a year.
Time flies, and it's weird how Facebook does that too, where it's like, oh, this was 18 years ago. You're like, good God, man, I didn't even know Facebook was 18 years old.
It wasn't. It's stealing your photos from your garage.
I just had one pop up 10 years old today. I was like, holy shit, man. I posted 10 years ago.
That's crazy.
So trip on this. Speaking of time flying and that type of stuff, did you know we are now as far away from the 80s as the 80s was from the 40s?
Yes.
All right, you can leave. Goodbye.
Well, I thought about that. I've thought about that too. It's like, holy shit. When you think the 90s were freaking 20 years ago.
30.
That's what I meant. Booby trap, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it seems so
Because-
it seems yesterday, but it's like, holy shit. That's so long ago.
I graduated 99, and my 20-year reunion was 3 years ago.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do when I grow up.
I don't want to grow up. I don't want to grow up. I don't want to have kids. I don't want to get married.
I'm a Toys R Us kid. What is
That Toys R Us building is all demoed now down there. Remember the main one that was like in Van Nuys Boulevard by the airport or whatever?
Dude, I remember hitting that store the first time when I was a kid and just thinking, holy fuck, this place is heaven.
It is.
It was.
It was.
It was such a big event to drive there and get to pick a toy. It was such a cool thing.
So many
I
Cabbage
liked when you
Patch
would get
Kids.
would you get for me it was like the Tyco sets or a Tyco car or something, and you had to take the thing, like the piece of paper, and then go up to the window and they'd take it from the back and then pull it and give it to you, and then you'd buy it.
enough not to leave all this.
Oh yeah, it was Van Nuys, dude. In the friggin' 80s, it was rough.
Yeah, they already knew about gated windows.
Yeah, that was rough. Hide the formula.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got your like $8 million worth of Cabbage Patch dolls
Yep.
that turned into like, leave it in the box.
No, my babies came. My babies were always with me. My babies came. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. It's not that way, but
My Hot Wheels came too.
no, and then your mom threw them away.
I know. I reminded her again yesterday.
Yeah, I know you're such a dick.
I didn't want to bring it up because I know it was a sore subject for you, but I found my childhood Matchbox, my Hot Wheel toy cars.
You go fuck yourself, Joe.
So,
Both of them hate me.
so somebody found John's.
Somebody at the dump found and was like, "Hey, look at this!"
Yeah, and they're probably worth a shitload of money now.
It's
what's
all the
funny
ones that are
is yesterday. The reason it got brought was my sister. We were talking, and my sister goes,
my eye
"My sister goes, oh, I learned to water ski at Lake Kauai, and and remember the water, something got, and those thorn things were so big, and we packed everything up, and moved to the other side." And I go, "Yeah, that's when I lost my fucking Hot Wheels."
His mom just left.
She goes, "I didn't do it," and she just walked off.
I thought she knew it. She got rid of them on purpose because they were like...
No, it was an accident.
Yeah,
Her or my aunt, one of them accidentally thought they were trash because they were in a shopping bag.
That's so random. Mine were in a pillowcase. And I found them from like 20, 30 some plus years.
So rad. Some of those were probably worth some bucks, dude.
Some of them were awesome. I'll share. I'll bring some. We're still playing with cars, and we're like,
Yeah.
half a century old. Or whatever.
Yeah, you guys are old.
Hey, we still might be playing with cars if we ever do those videos.
That will be fun. So I had another quick thing that was interesting to talk about. That was kind of on a different topic. So you know how like Bigfoot, Hunter, what are you guys' stance on Bigfoot? Do you think that Bigfoot
Lord.
is
my God.
My personal opinion is I think it's hot garbage, dude. Okay. I really think it's bullshit.
So when Tyler was on a flag football team, and there was this chick, and she was dating this dude. And this dude was an odd dude.
He was a cop.
He was a cop, but he was an odd cop. and he would go on Squatch watches. He would be like, oh, we almost found one. Like he was
Almost.
We heard one squeal.
Yes.
No, dude.
Yes.
That was somebody banging your girlfriend when you were out in the fucking wilderness.
Yeah, he's like, go a little further. They're always up over that ridge.
Go for
I'm sure you'll find it if you go for like another 15
I was
minutes.
just gonna say 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, wait, never mind. I'm done. You can come back whenever you want. He's gone.
Yeah, you can come.
Look. There's cum on. It's white. I think it's Yeti slobber.
Oh, my God. There's a Yeti here.
It's Yeti Yang.
You know why they don't show themselves is because they have tiny peepers and they're embarrassed.
You think that's
Who, a Yeti?
Yeah.
I would
Their
imagine
names are
it'd be quite-
Bigfoot, and they have huge feet, and they're all hairy, and they're all big, and they have these teeny tiny weenies.
What if it? So okay. So hear me out on this,
Hear
and
me.
I can take it or leave it. I don't. I mean, you haven't. I haven't seen one, so I don't know if they're really out there. or
I
not.
dated a couple, so yeah.
Hold on. This one time I did see a Bigfoot, and it was huge with this little tiny ween.
Yep. Thank you, John.
Okay, well, so that verifies it might be a real one. He's 8 feet tall, and he's just trying to like go look through his bushy bush.
He's all, it's cold. That's why they call me the abominable snowman.
He's
It's
like, I just got out of the ocean. Fuck. Give me a break. I'm a grower, not a shower.
Tell us what you were.
Okay, so what I was going to say was, apparently, well, so we have like millions of acres of forest land and mountain land that, like,
Right.
we're constantly finding shit that we thought was extinct or new stuff that we didn't know exist. Like almost on a daily basis, scientists are finding stuff, right? So this
and
is
then
why,
they smoke it.
So this is why I thought this was kind of interesting, was because Bigfoot, apparently there was something called a Gigantificus,
I've heard of that.
which was literally the same thing what everybody's describing. It's a gigantic Bigfoot. It was the largest ape that ever stood. It was 10 feet tall and weighed almost 1,100 pounds. So now this is something scientists all agree legitimately used to exist.
Like megalodon and stuff.
Right, so this isn't more of a question about is Bigfoot real? It's more of a question of is it really extinct?
Okay, so my theory on that is it has to be extinct because there's no way in all of these years, no fucking way,
Okay.
they wouldn't have found some body, some skull, nobody has
Carcass.
walked any proof, like honest to God proof. There's fake proof, but no real proof anywhere.
Well, footprints they've found, which could be faked, obviously.
I can make footprints. You want to go see? I can make some.
We can all make good. Oh, right. So we can agree that's pretty easy to duplicate. But now
I
imagine.
can even do the tiny ween.
But remember,
And it doesn't
remember,
even have to be cold.
these large, hairy, tiny winged creatures could possibly be smart enough to hide, or also be have a thing about burying their dead too. We don't know if they're smart enough to hide from us.
So like M. What is it? M. Night Shyamalan's The Village, where nobody knows that it's like modern day times.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's not an airplane. You've never seen one. Don't worry.
No shit, right?
you never heard an airplane fly?
Or
through
fireworks?
Like The Village made no sense.
No, it didn't.
Yeah. Some of those ones are pretty offbeat.
Stop throwing that in his face. This is what, okay, Joe, this is what I deal with. He throws this stuff at my face.
The only thing I throw at your face.
It's like, boing.
Well,
Boink.
I thought he was just sharing.
That's what he calls
We
it.
share.
You guys touch tips? Make the capital letter H?
Yeah. Maybe a little H.
How?
I don't know.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Now we have dogs barking. Ooh. See, Farley didn't need to share a microphone.
Our security guard just lit up something.
Farley Jones.
That means a burglar's been here for 26 minutes.
Let me check it
No
out.
kidding. Joe steps in and he's like halfway through the living room and then our dogs start barking. I'm like, okay, we would have been dead.
I'm like in the couch eating food when they finally started barking at
Who
me.
the fuck are you? Where'd you come from? Can I have some of your food? I'll show you where the safe is. Just let us
Yeah,
have your
exactly.
food.
He's giving me the combination with paw taps.
He's all kick.
Left
Lick.
3.
Stupid dogs.
So since we're on animals, and it's kind of an animal thing, there was a couple other fun ones that were interesting. Ralph is the record holder for the largest rabbit on the planet. It weighs in at a massive 50 pounds.
A rabbit?
Yeah, here's the picture of this sucker. It is huge. It's like it's a full-grown man holding this, and it looks like he's really, really struggling, and it looks like it's an awkward weight too.
Oh. So I saw we were talking about all the crazy things, instinct stuff or whatever. So some lady is trying to say that she may have seen some extinct dinosaur running through her backyard on video camera.
Oh no!
In it may have been Florida, which wouldn't be surprising, but I want to say it was somewhere in the Midwest toward the east.
If it was fucked up, it was probably in Florida. Nothing against Florida people, but Florida's got the wildest shit going on.
And I watched the video, and it goes really fast. You can't really see what it is, but it kind of looks like it almost could be like maybe like a big what are the monitor ones? Those big old huge fucking lizard
like a Komodo
things.
dragon.
Komodo. It could be something like that. Because it's banging by, but it almost looks like almost like a Jurassic Park, one of the little dinosaur things that looks like it's blowing by. You're like, oh shit, if that's fucking real, that shit would be buck wild.
Well, I mean, think about how huge our planet is, right? And how massive, and we're not exactly exploring the oceans. We're not exactly going deep into the woods, except for what we're timbering.
Same with like Montana.
And when we timber in areas where there's nobody around, people can and animals can hear us coming from a mile away,
right?
And if we're going into an area as humans and we don't want animals or anything around, intelligent things to make noise, right, to make them go away. So, and also in essence, when we don't want to be known that we're there, it's very easy for us to come in and come out of an area without being detected, even by other humans.
Especially John.
He's stealthy.
He goes in and out all the time. I'm like, what? I was sleeping.
It's okay. Stealth.
What was I going to... Oh, okay. I'm going to say, and not that I give a shit, because fuck Florida, but some of the reason the craziest...
Go Dolphins.
Fuck Florida. So, Florida has less restrictions on their court cases and what is public. More things are public in Florida that you can go into, like court cases and stuff like that, and find stuff out, where other states have it more locked down.
So it's public record, open public
right,
record.
Which is why you see more shit in Florida, because it's easier to search and get things public record than it would be.
The DA doesn't just keep everything hidden.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just a little heads up. Not Florida, but yeah, like that's the reason. Like you see all this crazy shit in Florida, but also there's a game that you can play, and you type in your birthday.
Oh yeah, birthday.
And where you write "man in Florida" and on your birthday, and some shit does come up.
Well, we should do that right now.
Okay.
Deal.
Okay. Hold on.
And so, what do we type? We write.
You write "man in Florida."
It's got to be a man.
I mean, you can write "woman in Florida."
Arrested usually is the way it starts in Florida.
On, let's see. I don't know where your phone is. It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. And you don't even have to write the year. So mine is "man in Florida." Mine is "man in Florida arrest for luring robbery victims from dating sites."
Interesting. It's like, hey, nice to meet you.
Or "Florida man fights to keep pizza-loving pet alligator."
Okay. The first one was something as like, yeah.
Okay, no. Florida man caught hiding heroin crack in his buttocks.
He's putting crack in his crack.
Florida man finds wife cheating, cuts off man's penis, and takes it home.
The dude took the dude's penis home?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. He's a trophy hunter. Okay, so here's mine. Mine says a Florida man was arrested on suspicion of using Kool-Aid packets to steal $994 worth of merchandise from a North Naples Walmart. I don't understand how he did that. He hid the powdered drink packets in his hand while scanning expensive items to turn each scan. Oh, he had the packet with the scanner on it, and he was holding the stuff over the scanner, and he was only scanning the little like, Kool-Aid packet.
20 cents.
So he's got like $800 worth of shit, and he's just got like 6 packs of Kool-Aid.
He's paying like $50 for like a TV. That's funny.
That is funny. I knew somebody that was at Walmart recently, and
was it John? Because John's always at Walmart.
No, it wasn't John. It was another friend of mine, Steve, and he was with his daughter, and they checked the self scanner and did like a whole shopping cart full of shit. I mean, like They bought like $200 something worth of stuff, and they doubted his receipt at the thing and like jammed him up and like made him go through each item and whatever. And of course, at the very end, they found out that not only had he paid for everything, but he had even overcharged himself on something. So then they were really apologetic and wanted to give him free. And he's like, "No, that was like super insulting and like
it is." They did that.
That was brutal.
They do that to me all the time because they want you to transfer it into another basket, and I'm like, "Bitch, I'm not doing that."
If you don't trust me, check me out.
Yeah, I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I'm not stealing. I'm gonna pay for this peanut butter, but fucking go, because I have it where it's on the side of the basket, and then as I check it, I put it on the opposite side of the basket, so I know what the fuck I'm doing.
In the basket
and they're like,
sketched out.
They're like, you should transfer it into another basket. I'm like, you can do that. I'll scan it. You can put it in the other basket. And they're like, well, ma'am, we can't do that. I'm all, then move along. I'm paying for it. Just good day.
So what about you? What did you get for yours?
I don't find anything.
Let's try. Let's see.
Yeah,
okay,
I don't find shit.
Man.
Let's see. On May 5th, well, I can tell you, May 5th, 1973, birthday facts. That I can tell you, but nothing good.
No, that's no fun.
Hey, wait a minute. The Florida man accused of cutting off penis of ex-girlfriend's boyfriend was also on my birthday.
Huh, so maybe she's just a whore and she's cheating on him.
Multiple.
Could be.
Hack?
Let's see. Florida man on bike hoped hideous blonde wig disguise. No, that's one. Florida man beat a woman with a conch shell before going to bed.
She's unconscious.
Oh, here's a good one. Okay. Fuck it, I'm drunk. Take me to jail. Florida man crashes lawnmower into police car. May 5th. Fuck it, I'm drunk. Take me to jail. Shirtless Florida man fought a tree after told to keep away from students.
I think almost all of these goes without saying that it was a shirtless Florida man. They should say it as an exception of the rule, like fully clothed Florida man.
Florida man kicked a chicken like a field goal.
Oh, that's fucked up, man.
Yes.
That's his birthday?
Oh my God. Goal!
Wide right.
Yeah.
Florida man is accused of kicking a chicken like a football player kicks a field goal so hard he broke 4 of the animal's ribs and then ate it.
How did they know it was 4 ribs?
Because when they were eating it, they're all, this one's broken.
Because in my mind, I went right to like they X-rayed it. They were like at the fucking vet, all sad and crying and shit. They're like fucking put it in the fryer, and then when they're opened up, they're like, "Hey, these 4 ribs were cracked already."
It says he was told by Chew's girlfriend that she was mad that Chew kicked a chicken and possibly broke its leg because that's her favorite part of the chicken. No, I like the legs.
That's crazy, man. What a jerk.
Okay, speaking of animals and jerks, when Brody was super little, our neighbor Paul, he used to live in apartment A across the street from us, and he had a bulldog. He still has a bulldog named Pee-wee. And Pee-wee would get so excited when he saw Brody that he would run and knock him down. And Brody, I'd have to pick him up and dust him off. When we were going somewhere, so Pee-wee knocked him down, and then I picked him up, dusted him off, got him in the car seat, and I'm driving, and he's all, Pee-wee's a dick. Like, under his breath. He was pissed.
I can't see this, though.
He's also the same dog that when
our
neighbor was brushing him, he brushed him till he came.
Well, he didn't mean to. We laughed about that the other night. He was here. We were laughing. We were like, dude... Remember when you brushed your dog and he's all, yeah, he fucking shot a load across my fucking brush? He's all, I never brushed that motherfucker again.
Yeah, there's a new definition to brushing him off.
You want to brush me off later?
Are you asking Joe?
He was looking at it. I don't know why you brought that in.
There's only 1 letter difference between you two, you know.
Joe and Joey. Jay.
Oh!
Joey.
You just kick a chicken through the field goal.
So a woman.
But it's in Florida, so they can't kick field goals anyway because that's where the Dolphins are from.
Oh.
Actually, they were amazing at field goals last year because they couldn't score touchdowns.
That was their whole thing.
Boom.
I don't know. I like mine better.
Does anybody remember in the... I keep going back to these old dates. Anyways, in the 90s...
I was born then.
There was a guy named Steve Commissar.
Kama Sutra.
He got busted because he was putting ads in the national magazine selling solar-powered dryers for $49.95. Did you ever hear that? And
Well, it was just a line.
yeah, he was just selling this a line of rope to people.
They'd ship it to them. They'd be like, "What the fuck? Hey, that's solar drying, motherfucker."
Holy shit, that's fantastic.
I mean, that's someone's that old enough now. We might even be able to do that again. Except for now with digital, everybody wants to like see the thing on.
Well, what you do is you
we
put
just-
the line on top of a dryer. So you take pictures, but it's just the line.
Maybe your dryer has like a solar thing on top of it. No, I actually have a solar dryer. This is the solar dryers.
Or just even the things you use for like to deflect, the deflectors for the sun, taking
like when you're-
pictures.
oh.
So it looks like those are the things, but it's really just blocking the sun onto the rope that you're.
Oh, you're just taking pictures of it. Oh my God, you'd get sued so hard.
I mean, but $50 a whack.
No shit, he was-
100,000 of those. It's game over. You're done.
Well, that's his thing.
You're gonna spend 75, and you'll still get 25 grand out of it because you
That's
spent
what he.
75.
Yeah,
once
he
it's
was like, I
suing.
might as well do it as quickly as I possibly can before it gets caught on. Because then the reviews. Oh my God, I ordered this and it was not what I expected.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't want to do it on Amazon.
When I went to Vallarta today,
Oh God.
there was a lady in front of me, right?
And you ran her over with your cart.
You could tell she was very much on the wrong side of town. She was
Okay.
very much in a different tax bracket than Vallarta.
Okay.
It may have been her first time at Vallarta.
Okay.
And she's getting meat at the back. She wants carne asada.
Okay.
She says, "Hi, yeah, could I get a half pound of carne asada?" And he's like, "Sure." And he starts to reach in to get the taco stuff. And she's all, "No, I want the kind that you can barbecue." He's all, "This kind?" She's all, "I don't know, whatever kind you can barbecue." He goes, "Okay." And then he thinks he's all, okay. So he starts to hit, "No, not that stuff." And then he goes back and he starts scooping up the stuff again. She's all, "No, that the stuff you can barbecue, the flat stuff." And he's all, "Oh, you mean this? I already showed you this twice. This." And she's like, "Yeah." And then he puts a pound, like it was like just a tiny bit over a pound.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, "Oh, that's too much. Can you take some off?"
Oh my God.
Oh, and it was like, and I watched him. She's all, "Oh, that's just one piece?" Because, it's such a big.
Uh-huh.
She's all, "Oh, that's just one piece?" And I was like, "Oh my God, lady, get the fuck out of here."
Dude, people suck.
People suck.
People suck so bad. There's a lot of good ones, but it seem like they've been hiding behind the sucky ones lately.
I'm telling. It's
Because
because
of the pandemic, man. I've
everybody
been saying it. I've been saying it.
Oh, nobody knows how to act.
No, social is. Everybody's got to rewire for social.
I
being
have
social again.
the rudest patient. Just rude, and she doesn't tip. Okay, here's my
A
thing.
non-tipper?
Yes, I don't mind if you tip, and I don't mind if you don't tip. I get it. I work at a doctor's office. Sometimes it's really, tipping's a little awkward because you don't know. P.S. people, let me just tell you, I make significantly less money than people at a spa.
Yeah, you need the...
Significantly less.
So whether it's her or anyone else, just tip. You're
Yeah.
never going to get in trouble for tipping someone.
No, just and it's appreciated. But if you're cool with me and we have a good time in the massage room and you don't tip, no ill will, cool, totally understand. But if you're going to be a dick, tip. Just that's
At
you
the very least,
tip. She's so awful. Like, I just don't understand how. And she's married. Oh, holy shit! So her husband's super cool. I don't know. I know. Normally it's weird because couples, when I massage couples, like one of them I'll really, really like, and one of them I'm like, what the fuck are you doing with this person?
Well, a lot of times that's the case. So it's one person that's really passive that sort of lets the asshole one get away with being an asshole because they're really like, oh, just relax, just calm down, it's going to be all right.
John in the corner.
Yeah.
Hand over here.
I was just curious if one of them's always the asshole. Which one is it?
Mostly, I like the husbands and the women. There's been a couple that it's
I guess you just
opposite.
answered my question for
Yes,
me.
yes, it's me. I'm the asshole. Yes.
But does that go back to like sort of women or kind of have a hard time being friends with each other for some reason?
Maybe, but they're rude, and the husband, I don't know. But now I have some couples that I like both of them, and I've actually told them, I'm like, listen, you both are awesome, so fucking good job. So anyways, I have her husband in there, and she left, and he was like, wait, so how did you and John meet again? So I told him like our story of how we met, and I go, wait. I go, how did you and your wife meet? So he tells me this story that they were both in this college class, and the professor decided to let them grade papers. Like half the class did the papers, the other half could grade them, and that was how. And he's like, well, that sounds like so much easier. Well, the chick that he married was a grader too. And I was like, can I ask you something? And he goes, yeah. And I go, was she the aggressor? And he's like, oh, fuck yeah. She like basically went up to me and was like, you and I are dating. And I was like, oh my God, I knew it. And he goes, don't tell her I told you this. But one time I went to go break up with her.
Oh my God.
And she basically told him no. And he's like, yeah. He's like, Joy, like 1 second I'm breaking up with her. The next minute we're in bed together and she's talking about us getting married. And then I had to propose.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus Christ. You're going to have to tell me who this is off the air.
Oh my God. I was laughing so because I can picture this lady because she's actually told me because I give her facials. I don't know why she doesn't go.
That's
no,
awesome.
No, John. No.
Rolled his eyes.
So I'm not a facial person. I learned it in massage therapy school. Shut up, John. I'm talking to Joe right now. You were being completely ignored. So, like, I know how to give facials, but it's not what I do. It's not what I'm good at.
I can teach you.
Still being ignored. But, like, in the beginning, it was like a 45-minute massage and then like a 10-minute facial. And then she was like, can you do my face more? So then it got knocked down to 20. And now basically it's like half and half. I do her body super quick and then 30 minutes I'm on her face.
She wants a 30-minute facial? Is that
yes,
normal?
where
Is that
I
a normal
rub.
facial?
You can get an hour facial, but
I need time to regroup.
yes, you can get like an hour facial, but that's when people have like products and the extractors and like that's what they do.
You're waiting for shit to like...
Yeah. But she was like, I endure the massage just for the facial.
So
and
why
I
did
was
she just
all,
get full facial then?
why didn't she fucking go to a spa where they give facials?
Oh, maybe because she wants to be there with her husband gets stuff done there too?
No. I mean, I know it's basically insurance, but you know.
Oh, it's just
but still, I'm like, fuck you. I don't know. That's like going to a hairdresser and getting your hair cut and being like, well, at least I got my hair washed. Like, that's not my job.
Yeah, that is a little bit
it made me
weird.
because I'm good at what I do. And I was like, fuck you. But her husband's super awesome. So
Yeah, that works out.
he
well.
also doesn't tip, though. So that's
Really, a no tipper. That's
yes,
so
and I've
weird.
actually like mentioned it. I'm like, yeah, and so I have really amazing patients, and I'm like, oh shit, my next person that comes in doesn't tip, and they're like, I got you. So what they do is instead of leaving the tip on the table or on my little,
They say it.
they'll come out and they're like, oh, Joy, here, and they like literally hand me the money in
That's
front.
smart, yeah.
Good people, and yeah, no, doesn't even cross their mind.
That's what, as door guys, that's what Kennison and those guys would do at the comedy store to help each other out. One of them would come back and go, oh, man, here's your tip. And even though it wasn't somebody who gave a tip, they had the $5 in their pocket, and they'd be like, oh, man, here's your tip. And then,
Right in front of the line of people.
And I ran with that a couple times and helped. I think I helped out some of the guys get some, because I know when I walked back, it was like, hey, thanks, guys, and I handed them tips. And they look at me and they're all, oh, thanks. And then I watch everybody, like the first 10 people in line, reaching in their pocket. And I'm like, hell yeah, I hooked them boys up.
Yeah, humans will follow what they see other humans doing, even if it's not a good
Unless
thing.
they're my patients.
Is that why you see like people, they kick somebody and they're like, I'm going to go kick that guy?
Yeah, apparently there's a whole shitload of people just kicking chickens all over the place now.
Have you seen the experiment? It was a long time. It's like basic psychology 101 when you go to college. And there is a experiment where these 3 people are in an elevator and they'll face like the right side of the elevator. So then somebody walks in and they face the right side of the elevator.
Yeah.
And then like at one point they had all the people facing backwards, and it's fucking hilarious.
Because they still do it.
Yeah.
Right.
It makes no sense, but they still do it. Well, they have the same thing, too, where you would get a circle of people, the same psychology class stuff, where they would have like a circle of people, and they would everybody in it was in on it except for the couple of people who were just the patients or whatever you want to call it, the test subjects, whatever.
The idiots.
So what would be interesting though, they would ask questions that was obvious and easy to answer. But when 8 or 10 people in a row would answer the wrong question, they would instinctively just answer the wrong question along, so that it was more important to be like the group than it was to be correct.
Yeah, what color? It was like, what color is my tie? And the tie is purple, and everybody's like, blue, blue, blue. And then they get to him, and they're like, fucking blue? I don't know.
I've always said it. How creepy is it? Like, I've always said I wanted to do it when I was always working on the road and shit, and we'd come back. The elevator's full. I've always said, man, I want to walk in the elevator and just face everybody. So everybody's staring at the door. I want to stare at everybody and right? Right?
Would you wave?
Just stand there, just like normal. Just do exactly what everybody else does, what you do in an elevator, but you just stand there and just look at everybody.
Facing them? Oh my god, they think they're going to get murdered probably.
Yeah, you can't.
Right?
You're a big man with a bald head when you shave it and a beard. No, that's creepy.
They have funny prank shows in I don't know if it's like in China or somewhere I've seen. Maybe not China, maybe it's Japan or something. But anyways, where they have these really funny prank shows. They do stuff like that where there's like 1,000 people in a outside walkway just walking, and then all of a sudden, like a flash mob, they'll all drop to the ground and look at the sky like, like something's falling on them, and there'll be like people who are innocent that don't know what's going on, and they like drop to the ground too, and they're like looking up like, oh my god, what's gonna fall on us? Why are we dying? What's killing us?
Well,
Yeah.
I know they tried something because there's a show with Netflix, the 100 People. Okay, but so we were watching the 100 People, and I knew a lot of them. A lot of them are comics, kind of like me, who have like an agent that gets them in these silly little shows where you're probably not getting paid much, but you have something for your reel.
Yeah.
And so I was like, nah. And then we were watching. Brody really likes it. That Mind Over. Did you fart?
It was a little stinkier than I thought.
Sorry, Joe.
Oh, I didn't even realize what had happened.
So
Mic check.
He's a magician, and I think it's called like Mind Over Magic or Magic. I don't know. Brody watches it all the time, and the guy seems super cool. He's very charismatic, but same thing. I started noticing all these comic friends that I had, and I was like, this is fucking set up.
Yeah, that sucks when it's a fake thing like that.
And then I learned that to get your SAG card, you need to be in a movie and you need to say at least 5 words. Like 5 words is how you get your SAG card. So now, like, movies are ruined for me because I see these people with little parts, and I swear to you, if you start watching it, these people with little parts, they'll all have 5 words. And you're like, this is ruining everything.
But I don't think the SAG card is that important anymore. Like, it used to be everything. SAG and AFTRA was the big deal for anybody who was an actor. But nowadays, there's so many like independents that are big budget.
That's true.
There's all kinds of shit that's so different now. It's almost like people trying to get fame from another show. They're better off just making their own show almost and just putting it out there, right?
But I know, like,
They don't want anything original.
Well,
They
yeah,
want to
'cause my-
remake everything.
Well, that's true. Well, that's the old Suits sitting up in the studios, getting the ship dumped in front of them. Like, well, you know what we know does work. You know, Die Hard 72. You know,
yeah, they just want to do big bangs. But
that,
shut up, John. Jonathan.
see, John. I was quiet and I just gave him the
But-
mic. Like I figured. It'd be...
Yeah, my agent, she was like, I want you not to go SAG yet. She's like, I need you to be non-union because once you're union, you can't go for the non-union
That's right.
job.
Once you're SAG, you'll
Yeah, so she's like, she told me she's going to wait a couple years till she puts me in, which I'm like, whatever, fine. But I think I told this story already. I know a comic and he's a friend. And he gets on stage at an open mic. And open mics, we just talk shit. You know, we're just trying things. We're just, blah, blah. And he goes, I got my SAG card today. And all of us start clapping. He's like, but I have to tell you how. And I think I told the story, so I'm sorry if I have already. But he was in a porn. Porns do not count for SAG. But he was in a cuck porn. Is that what it's called, John? Cuck? Where you watch. So your girlfriend's getting railed.
Yeah, that's called cuckolding.
Cuckolding, thank you.
When you're
Basically you're like, hey, would you like to come over and fuck my wife?
Yes.
Type.
So technically,
And they just like sit back and beat their dick and
no,
watch.
they don't beat it. They just watch.
they just literally.
So his thing,
Not fun.
It seems like be the opposite of fun, unless he was going to keep her afterwards.
So because he wasn't in the porn having sex, he was technically acting. So he was like, I'm going to get my SAG card. And he's like, so I know the most part they're not going to cut out is during the money shot. So this black man was railing his supposed white wife. And when the man started coming, he goes, oh, man, no, oh, man. And he got his five words. And he sent it in to SAG, and he got his card.
I can just picture his interview. It's like, all right, Mr. Johnson, looks like, let's take a look at your resume here. Looks like you've got, let's see, a speaking role in, oh, oops, that's my wife.
29.
What was that? Is that a Netflix special, or?
Is that in my S-17?
And then one guy's like, I saw that.
I remember
You were that, oh yeah guy.
Joy, do you remember when I worked at Sears back in the day and I
Yes.
would do their service stuff?
Yeah.
And we were watching Showtime. There was a bee porn on, right?
Yes.
And I was flipping by it and I go, down the hallway. It's going to go right, and then there's a pool indoors. And all of a sudden, they follow it down the hall. The act scene goes through this hallway, and there's an indoor pool, and I go, and there's 3 bedrooms over there. Boom, boom, boom. I'm all, oh my God, I worked on that house. And then another house I did a service for, I was like, dude, this thing smells like porn. Like you walk in, it was in like Chatsworth, right?
It's like, what does porn smell like?
It's dirty, just like somebody.
Father's broken dreams.
People have been fucking all day. You know what I mean? It's like it's one of those, and it had like the fucking leopard print fucking sheets on a bed or blankets on a bed, right? And I'm like, damn. And it was right after that I got moved out of that position and into a different position. And so the guy that took over my spot, he went and did a service at the same address, and he goes, dude, I knocked on the door and some half-naked lady answered and goes, yeah, I'm here to fix the bathroom or whatever. And she goes, oh yeah, come on in, it's right back here, just be quiet, we're filming. And he walks in and he goes, yeah, man, this chick's just going to town on some dude's cock and they're fucking filming it. They were just filming a porn. And I was right. I was like, oh shit, it was that house.
Oh my God, if he could have been like, oh man, no, oh man, he would have got his SAG card.
Yeah, right.
He's just the plumber.
I could have walked in on the money shot and been like, Sears Home Improvements, here to help you.
My name's John.
Yeah, but you can't actually act in the sex act, right?
No, you can't. You have to be. I know a guy. I used to massage him. I haven't seen him in a while. He used to be a stunt man, but he was telling me that he was in a porn.
The stunt cock?
Yeah, but he was in the porn, but he never did anything. It was like, what was it? Busty Cops. Like 3, Busty Cops 2 or 3, and we found it on Cinemax once, and we were watching it, and he's the bad guy, and I was like, oh my God, I massaged this dude. Oh gosh. All right.
So how about one time when I had anger issues and I was in anger management classes?
Yeah, when my microphone didn't work.
I'm talking about when I was angry. Apparently my ex-wife told me I was really angry, and I had to go. And I had to go to anger management. And one of the guys in my anger management class was a porn director.
Oh shit! Fuck her harder.
He would always get in trouble because he kept calling. He'd call the girls bitches. Oh, God. And the guy's like, "Well, we can't call girls bitches." And he's all, "I'm sorry, it's just the way it is in the industry." He's this old Italian guy.
Ew.
And he did his porno. I think he did. He was called the Sopornos.
That's beautiful.
And he played Tony Soporno, but he didn't do any sex or anything. He was director, and he played Tony Soporno, but he didn't do any of the sex stuff.
Tony Soporno. That is...
And he was a crack up. He's like, you guys want to come to a set? You guys can come watch. It's all cool. Come on out. Check it out. I got in more trouble with people at that anger management classes because I ended up partying with a bunch of them.
Yeah, they're all like fun people when they're on their highs and lows of bipolarism or whatever. The non-angry.
Hey man, let's go drinking and do some coke, dude. Okay, are we done with anger management? Let's go.
Yeah, we'll save the anger for when we get back home with our lives and our families.
All right, we are at over an hour.
Oh wow, that's a long one.
Yeah.
Well, let's roll it up,
said.
and then we can save it for the next one.
And if anybody sees Bigfoot,
Tell John.
take a picture for John. He doesn't believe it.
I don't buy it for a goddamn second.
All righty then.
Whoa, why were you all feisty about that, lady?
Bigfoot exists.
Because he has a tiny ween. I had sex with him. I dated him in college.
You dated him?
In college.
Really?
No.
I'm just kidding. I know you didn't.
All right.
Fine, we're leaving.
Let's just make this awkward ending. Okay,
well,
goodbye.
let's start. No, I'm not leaving yet. Now we
No,
gotta
I'm
stay on
done.
for no.
I'm
no,
done.
We're done.
I'm done. Goodbye.
Well, you know what? Maybe you should let Joe say goodbye too. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good day.
Goodbye.
Good day.
Goodbye.
Good day.
Let Joe
Day.
finish
Good day,
it.
bye.
All
Goodbye.
right.